last night, huge national championship game, went down to the wire. In fact, to the last play. Kansas outlast North Carolina 72-69. And it was a close game, but at halftime, North Carolina was up 40-25, and they actually had led by 16 early or at some point in the first half. And that robbed the 16 points, the biggest deficit that a national champion has overcome in the title game history. And so depending on how you look at it, great comeback and rally by Kansas, or colossal collapse by the Tar Heels. Which side are you on?
It was a choke job, Chris Broussard.
What happened to that sentimental lover man?
No, that's all done now. This is divorce Rob. Now I'm back, okay? I fell back in. And, man, to give up such a big lead, as you talked about, Chris, is one of those moments. Now I start to think, you know, they were the second AC to ever make it to the championship. There's a reason why. Maybe UNC wasn't really that good. Maybe they just had Duke's number this year, and it was one of those things, and they really didn't belong in the championship game. We got robbed. We should have saw Duke. We wanted Duke instead of North Carolina. We got robbed as college basketball fans. And I get the Armando and Caleb, they both had some injuries, but love, Chris, 5 for 24 in the championship game.
Yeah.
5
Caleb
for 24. Love. I mean, my God. And they got a lead, and I get it. You know, Armando, right, had to miss the last couple of minutes.
Bacot,
yeah, Armando Bacot when he got injured. But I'm talking about the second half. Like they got off to a bad start and just could not collect themselves way before the injuries again factored in, Chris. They just gave it up. And in the first half, they did a lot of good things. Kansas would have struggled. Their stars struggled shooting, and then all of a sudden, you got Kansas crashing the boards. And UNC just to me felt like it came unraveled, like they weren't ready for the moment, or maybe they weren't expecting that Kansas was going to come back as they did. I don't know how. Kansas was a 4-point favorite. They were the favorite to win. Most people were shocked that they were down by 15 at the half. You remember, Chris, you gave me the score. They were up 9-2.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, it was 9-3, right? And the next thing you know, it was
Kansas was up 9-3. Yeah.
Right. It was 40-25 at the half.
Right.
And I think when you build such a big lead, you got to be able to stem the tide, to try to hold on, to maybe not relinquishing it, and maybe getting a play or two at the end. I get it. Their shots didn't go down, but they went down in the first half. To me, I was disappointed. I picked UNC.
Okay.
I picked UNC.
Hey, listeners, disregard all of those 4 minutes of hype and, pomp and circumstance and ranting and raving. It had nothing to do with that. It was all about another loss, another L for Shekel City. That's what it was about. Because, Rob Park, I was sitting here listening to you, and I was going to give you the floor, and I'm sitting here listening to you thinking, what? And 2 words came to mind, Rob. 2. Here they are. Stop it! What do you mean we got robbed? It was a great game. 72-69. Down to the last shot. What more could you want? I don't care about North Carolina. I don't care about Kansas. All I cared about was a competitive game. And I did, Rob, you watch a game, sometimes you're not really into either team, but you find yourself pulling for one. And I found myself pulling for North Carolina to hold on and then at some point come back and retake the lead and win. But I just wanted a good game more than anything, and we got that. And how dare you call the Tar Heels frauds? They beat number 1 seeded Baylor. They beat number 2 seeded Duke. I agree. They had Duke's number.
I
think it was a matchup, no doubt. They beat them in the last game in Cameron Indoor. Obviously, they beat them in the semis on Saturday. Yep. So I agree with you. They had Duke's number. My thing is this, though, Rob. Would Duke have beaten Kansas? Possibly. But I don't think we would have got a better game.
Yeah, but
we got a good game. Now, you got to admit, it was a competitive game.
I get you at the end, but Chris, to be the biggest lead ever given up in the history of the NCAA championship speaks volumes, because usually good teams in a game like that don't give up 15 points is a huge lead, and I get it. It's the first half. It ain't with 10 minutes to go in the second half. It's not that. But that's a huge lead to give up.
See,
and most teams in a championship game, if they're both equal competitors, I would doubt that they would give up a 15-point lead. They might make it close, get down to 2 or 3, and then come back and hold on. But a 15-point lead.
Well, a couple things. One, I don't think they were like even teams. I think Kansas was the better team.
No, they were.
Kansas, they were
but they
number
played
one
well
seed
enough to
reason.
get that lead. I agree with that.
Yeah, but a lot of times you can play. My college basketball team wasn't very good. And there were times we'd be playing a team that was better than us, like nationally ranked and all that. And we could hang for a half. We could hang for 15 minutes of play or whatever, even 25 minutes. But at some point, it kicks in and they run away from you. And so that, Kansas was the better team, and they got more physical in the second half. The shots they were missing in the first half in the paint, they started finishing, whether it was David McCormick, and obviously he set the tone with a huge dunk at the start of the second half. But Christian Braun was getting to the rack and finishing in the second half, where they were missing layups in the first half. And then Remy Martin hit some threes. And that, so you combine inside play. I think they had 26 or 28 points in the paint in the second half. And then Remy Martin hit 3 threes, each one of them to break a tie. And their defense got more aggressive. They forced a lot of turnovers, got out in transition. So that was really the real Kansas team, Rob.
Yeah,
and that's why I think they pulled away. They were just the better squad.
But UNC, you got to admit, they blew it in the first 10 minutes of the second half, Chris.
Right. But how'd they get that lead?
With a 31-10 run, right, within the first 10 minutes of the second half. And that's what I'm saying. That would be, if there was an NBA game, that would have been like you gave it up in the third quarter, and then you just played in the fourth quarter. It wasn't like.
But that's how they got the lead.
There. No, it
was close early on.
31-10 run.
They had their own run.
31-10.
They had their own run in the first half to take a lead. So if I'm Kansas, I'm going in the locker room. I'm saying, look, if they can have a huge run, 16-0, whatever it was, to go up big on us, then we can have the same type of run on them, if not more, to get back in the game. Because we're the better team. And, Rob, here's what I'll end with this. 15 points ain't what it used to be. And I get it that this is not an NBA game where, it's 48 minutes.
Right.
But still, even in a 40-point game, you know it, Rob, 15 points isn't what it used to be because of the three-point ball. I mean, it is. We see it in the NBA, obviously, all the time. Leads vanish with the quickness. And so, to me, I get it. Again, college, the shot clock is longer. It's a shorter game, all that. But still, with the three-point ball, 15 points isn't what it was, years ago. And so, I thought it was a good game. I got what I wanted, which was a competitive game. I get your angst because you lost big ducats coming off a bad week. So I hear you, man. It's been a lot of things. The car, my goodness.
I lost enough money for your wife to divorce you on your wedding anniversary. How's that?
Wow. Okay, no wonder you were so upset.